Hi, I'm Victoria, and this video is in response to a lecture given by Jeremy Sherman on the concepts in his book, Neither Ghost Nor Machine, The Emergence and Nature of Selves. After attending a lecture by Jeremy and thinking about what it means to have a self, my brain kind of felt like the book Neither Ghost Nor Machine raises many questions, but the two that I'm most fixed on are 1. What are these selves that humans claim to have? And 2. Are humans the only organisms that have selves? The reason that this book and its concepts are relevant is because you can't really discuss evolutionary biology without considering value or usefulness. Traits that are considered useful are kept, and traits that are not are lost to natural selection. You can't really discuss usefulness without discussing selves, because the question then becomes, useful for who?
To answer the first question, selves have purposes and aims. In the context of organisms, purpose refers to all traits and behaviors that are valuable, functional, significant, or useful, including all biologically adaptive traits, whereas aims refers to values, wants, and desires. So the mystery is, how did selves and aims emerge from the selfless, aimless physics and chemistry that is used to describe the natural phenomenon around us?
Humans describe themselves as having a self. I say that I have goals and values that are different from other people, but without knowing how selves emerged, we don't really know what it means to have a self. So does every organism have a self? Where do we draw the line between organisms that have a self and organisms that don't have a self? Well, according to Jeremy, if it's living, then it has a self because it's trying to survive and it wants to live. Wanting and trying are part of what identifies a self. With this in mind, then trees, worms, fish, birds have selves. But my question to you is, how do we know that these organisms have a self? Which answers question 2. Human selves are just easier to study due to a thing called language. And if you're not yet convinced that other organisms have selves, then here's a clip of Mel explaining how language has shaped the way ants are portrayed.
I think language certainly, at least in my view, language certainly fundamentally alters the way we're able to reflect back ourselves to ourselves and reflect back our goals to ourselves and reflect back the worlds around us to ourselves. But I think this is maybe the most important question is what constitutes the two big questions for me are what constitute the first self,
Yes.
and what constitute these major leaps in what is a self and what is a goal and what is an experience. Because certainly my experience is not the same experience as a worm experience, nor is it, I mean, there's a real difference in kind there, not just a difference in degree.
If you're interested in the lecture by Jeremy Sherman, then click the link in this video. Bye!